Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and we're going to do a quick review here of the new Chvrches album, The Bones of What You Believe. These guys are a Scottish synth pop outfit who I told a lot of you in the comments maybe I wasn't so crazy about their new LP. I wasn't really planning to review their LP, but as a lot of you know, I put out a video talking about the sexual harassment and sort of the misogyny that's been thrown the band's way via Facebook and other social media platforms, and how lead singer Lauren Mayberry was speaking out about that. And I felt bad not really talking about the band's musical talents and really sort of having the only mention of their new album on this channel be that video, because clearly Chvrches has more to bring the world than a view on misogyny and sexual harassment. So in a nutshell, Chvrches essentially makes synthesizer pop with a bit of an 80s chic, but with a very strong modern indie pop vibe as well. On top of that, I would actually say that the trio has a very bright and accessible commercial edge to their songs too. But overall, this is just an album where outright I just ended up preferring the singles, and pretty much that's it really. I wasn't as crazy about the deeper cuts. I love songs on here like Mother We Share, I love Recover, and the song Night Sky is a really catchy standout for me on here as well. To go back to the song Recover, the synthesizers that open that track, as well as the verses with the really odd vocal phrasing, it's all really ear-catching. And then when the chorus comes up, it's such a melodically sweet chorus. If we could recover. The vocal melody on this hook is stellar, and it's such a long hook too. It lasts a really long time. I actually think the chorus lasts longer than the verses on this track. I actually think this song, a majority of the time, is this elongated chorus. But I don't find every chorus on this LP to be well written and succinct. For example, the song We Sink. I'll be a thorn in your side till you die. I'll be a thorn in your side for always. If we sink, we'll lift our love. I just don't see what's so appealing about this hook. For a band that makes pop music, they have some incredibly uncatchy songs on this album. And then there are moments where I feel like Chvrches try to take it away from their very bright, obvious, catchy side and do something a little sweeter, a little more toned down, like on the song Tether, but it just ends up feeling boring because not only does the band's instrumentation not really play all too well in a more subtle direction, but Lauren Mayberry's voice doesn't really strike me as, at least on this song, an incredibly emotive vocal. While her ultra youthful singing sounds fantastic on these really bright, upbeat, catchy songs, to do something a little more tender, the dynamics, they're, for me, just not there. But I prefer Lauren's vocals on any of these tracks to the male vocals that pop in on the song Under the Tide, as well as the closer here too, neither of which are appealing to me. Ugh. I just think the male vocals on this LP are flat, bland, and not interesting at all. While I don't think Lauren is an incredibly passionate vocalist on this record, her singing on these songs is at least sweet. I think my one surprise with Lauren's singing was on the song Science/Visions, where not only does her accent peek through a little bit on this song, but I feel on the chorus on this track, she slips out of that girlish tone into something that feels a little more mature, has a bit more body, and this instrumental here I think is a little surprising for Chvrches as well. While it's just as busy as a lot of the other beats on this LP, it's really a dark instrumental, and over the course of the song it just grows more and more intense. And not to count out the other instrumentals either, like By the Throat, that while they are sweet with all these sparkling synth arpeggios, there's quite a bit of detail in the beat. And then there is Lungs on here, which is a very off-kilter groove on this instrumental with these very bassy, distorted, heavy synth notes that play through a majority of the song. Overall, I did think this album was likable, but it's not anything that I enjoyed from front to back. A lot of potholes on this thing, to be completely honest. And overall, I think that while Chvrches can write some really catchy songs, they do have a very sweet appeal. Their production is very bright and ear-grabbing. There are moments where I feel a little let down by the lack of dynamics in the singing, by the somewhat unmemorable and kind of corny lyrics here and there. Obviously, the male vocals on this LP didn't appeal to me at all, and the slower, softer moments that this album tried to deliver were nowhere near as entertaining or as moving as the brighter, more hyped up spots. But if you've given this album a listen, what did you think of it? Did you love it? Hate it? Why? What do you think I should review next? And that's it. Anthony Fantano, Chvrches, forever.